Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's midweek 180. Sorry I didn't put a video up on Monday. So I was at Box and Gas Megaphonics on Sunday with Michelin, and I had such an amazing day. I had the new car there on the stand. So many of you came up to say hello. We recorded a really cool podcast. And I was just really busy. And the plan was to film a kind of vlog of the day and go and see some really cool cars and stuff. And I got in the car to drive home, and I'd been in the car maybe 10 minutes and just suddenly went, oh, I forgot. Totally forgot to film it. So that left me without a video for Monday. So that's why it was a little bit quiet on Monday. Sorry for that. But yeah, midweek 180 back again. I'm at home. I've been out filming this Friday's video today, actually, with the Spider. More on that in a moment. But if you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views, and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. Now then, a bit of housekeeping from last week. Leader of the pack was Michael Kember. Well done, mate. Joined in the Magnificent Seven by Jake Warren, Malcolm Brew, Kevin DG7, Paul Coles, Gary Matthews, and Matthew Labarge. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent Seven. Now, although I was at Box and Gas on Sunday, I did manage to get home, and I was allowed, even though I've been out all day, to watch the highlights of the Formula One from Hungary. I've always quite liked the Hungaroring. It's a difficult track to overtake on for sure, but a really interesting race because it was one of those ones where there was a split strategy. And it was annoying really because I kind of knew that Lando won before I started watching the highlights. And when he was like 5th after lap 1, I'm thinking, how on earth is this going to pan out? And just a clever strategy, really. He went 1 stop, everybody else went 2 stop, and it worked out for him. They did a 1.9 second pit stop. 1.9 seconds, that is unbelievable. It always amazes me just how quickly they can get the wheels off and the new wheels on and be on their way. It's incredible. So yeah, it was a good race. Piastri second, so that obviously Lando bites a little bit back into Oscar's lead. I still, much as it pains me to say, I still think if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I'd probably have my money on Piastri, even though I'm a massive Lando fan. I have a worrying concern that he's just such a cool customer and makes so few mistakes. I think he's going to be very difficult to beat. But hey, a DNF from either of them would really put a cat amongst the pigeons. Russell came 3rd, which was all good. Now on their summer break, so we haven't got any Formula One till the end of the month, which is always going to be, it's always a challenge, isn't it, August, because you've got no Formula One for 3 weeks or so. Yeah, they're back at the Dutch Grand Prix next. Now, last week's midweek 180, I did a little bit about the car finance thing where a lot of YouTubers were advertising a particular company that would help you see if there was any compensation to be had from missold car finance, particularly pertaining to the commissions that the salesperson would get if they sold you a particular finance product. And what I hadn't realised until after I put that film out, because I had lots of people message me as soon as the film went live, was that there was a Supreme Court ruling on Friday of last week on that very subject. And basically, depending on which way it went, one way could have been, had they found a case to pay, they would have forced all the finance companies to proactively go connect all their customers and offer them compensation. So you wouldn't have needed one of these claims companies anyway. But as it happened, they went the other way and they found that there was no case to answer. Now, on the one hand, that looks like there is now not going to be any compensation available for the vast majority of people. But like all things legal, it's quite complicated. I've tried reading into it a little bit, but I didn't do a law degree. I think it's one of these things I would hang fire and just wait to see what happens. But if you do anything, do it for free. Like I said last week, don't bother going to these companies. And interestingly, I've seen a couple of videos go live from YouTube channels after Friday, so over the weekend, that still had integrations from the same claims company, which I just think, they should have removed those. But anyway, let's see. there's very quiet on new car news at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anything. Maybe it's to do with the summer. There's not been anything really exciting hit the market recently. I'm kind of scrabbling around the internet, scrabbling around the various press releases I get sent to see if there's anything interesting to talk about. There isn't really. So that's about it, really. The Spider obviously arrived. I have to say a big thank you, and I've said it in the video I've just filmed today. Friday's video's gone absolute gangbusters, 70-odd thousand views, I think. Over 1,000 comments, and the vast majority of those comments are absolutely lovely, very supportive. Lots of you have said how much you love the car and the spec. There's been a few questions about why I didn't get a 911 and why I went PDK gearbox. Well, I've just finished filming the film that will answer all of those questions, my first drive video, which will go out on Friday at 6. And luckily it's a beautiful sunny day today, so I've been filming all day, and all I can say is a bit of a spoiler alert. I absolutely and utterly adore the car, both from an aesthetic point of view. I can't, if I went and spec'd a car on the Porsche configurator, unless I went paint to sample oak green metallic, which is my favourite Porsche colour, it's the car I'd spec. I'd spec it exactly the same. I have made one minor modification, which if you came to Megaphonics, you will have seen. So make sure you tune in for that. But yeah, I love the car. It drives beautifully. I've not driven it massively. I drove it obviously back from Stockport. I drove it up to Bicester and back for the Megaphonics event the weekend, which was great fun because it was nice and sunny on the way back. And I've just had it out driving on the roads around home now, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you tune in on Friday at 6 for that one. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you are all doing well, and I'll see you on the next film. But if you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. If you've got an idea for a segment for my midweek 180, then please put it in the comments and let me know, and I'll try and add it in. I do have a couple of bits of footage from my summit tour with Mivia that probably they wouldn't stand alone as a video of their own, but I might drop them into a midweek 180. That's for another time. But for now, you take care. See you on Friday at 6 for my first drive of the Spider. And I filmed with a really lovely Mark 7 Golf GTI Club Sport yesterday. That will be coming the following Friday. That's gonna be a good film because that car was stunning. Anyway, you take care, guys. Drive safe.